How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to the Fergie Way with me, Teach FM. Now, this is the first episode of this season that we are doing a double live com. There may be more going forward, but of course, as we get to the business end, there's so many fixtures closed in together, it might just be the case that there's an extra few double live coms as we go on. However, in today's double live com, we are starting off in the Premier League against Arsenal. We then have Manchester City in the EFL Cup semi-final where we're going to play the youngsters. However, you have to bear in mind last time we played City, they did beat us, so it is going to be a little bit of a grudge match. So I'm not going to stick around too much on the news because, of course, we're going to try and play two live comms today, both on extended highlights. I will say Martial secured himself a new contract. Bayern Munich came in yet again. He asked for more money. It's sort of deserving of more money. I was trying to stave it off as long as I could. He's now on 200 grand a week. That's the end of that. When it comes to games, we did, of course, play Sunderland in the FA Cup third round. We won 4-1. I'll bring up the game so that you can see it. And if you take a look at that, Sunderland scored in the first 9 minutes. We didn't score until the 56th minute through Memphis Depay, and up until that point, we were shite. I mean, we were so bad, and I genuinely thought was going out of the FA Cup, and I thought that I was about to hit a real bad run of form, having just lost to Manchester City. But we turned it round, we managed to come out of it, we saved ourselves from going into extra time, which would have worn out the legs of the lads, as we've got so many fixtures coming up. So all in all, through to the next round. Of course, if you remember, we are playing Ipswich in the next round, but other than that, we're going to head straight to the team selection screen for the Arsenal game because, as I say, two live comms and we want to play extended. So as we head into the team selection screen, we will start with the home team. That is, of course, Arsenal. They're playing Petr Cech in net with Kazawa, Koscielny, Mustafi and Bellerin at the back. They have Cazorla and Ramsey in the middle with Sanchez, Ozil, Di Maria and Icardi. A team that's not changed that much over the seasons. Di Maria has been an inclusion, Icardi has been an inclusion. Kazawa's someone who they added at the beginning of this season, but other than that, it's pretty much a standard Arsenal that we're used to seeing. Now on to our team then. We're going to have a problem because there's going to be some congestion. I'm missing Twinzabi and Bailly there in Africa playing the Africa Cup of Nations. I've also got a couple of injuries. Callum Gribben picked up a little knock in the last game, which has put him out for a few days. So when we go into the City game, selection might be an issue because I've had to use some of the youngsters in this game. So we've got De Gea in the sticks with Alaba, Romagnoli, Smalling and Darmian. We then have Pogba, Fosu, Mensah, Sanchez with Juan Mata as a trequartista role, and then Rashford and Martial up top. Now, Martial's been on form of late. He's just got himself a new contract, so hopefully he's going to do well in this game. So we'll see what Roy has to say, and ordinarily, yep, he likes to kick Arsenal about, because as you remember, Roy Keane was quite known for putting himself about while at the Emirates, or should I say, while at Highbury. But nonetheless, he did like to give out a few kicks while he was there, and it's no surprise as an assistant manager, he recommends we do the same now. We'll move on into the team talk, and we're going to tell them calmly to pick up where they left off last time out, because they did play quite well against Sunderland in the end. However, we've not got greens everywhere, so we'll passionately tell them that they're going to make a difference, and then we'll head straight into the game. It's Mata now with a free kick. 8 minutes in before we've had the first highlight worth a mention. It does come from us. We are playing the attacking role at the moment. And when I say attacking role, I mean we've done something and Arsenal haven't. We are, of course, running control. It's our set standard, the way we play. Romagnoli's just picked up a yellow. It's probably due to the hard tackling that Roy's saying that we have to put about. But let's have a look. It's Sanchez now. Try playing it forward to Icardi, but Alexis has picked it back up. It's Rashford now. He has released Martial. He's got two men on him. Takes a shot off from distance, just goes wide of Cech's post, but early intent shows that we're going to try and take this game by the scruff of the neck. It's Cazorla now on the edge of our box. Ozil, Cazorla to the Alexis at the back, nods it down. De Gea grabs it carefully, and jobs are good, and he's cleared it out now. Bellerin trying to come down the right-hand side, but Martial's ended up with the ball. Into Rashford, he had all the time in the world. He took it first time. Cech was more than a match. A little bit disappointing. We could have been one up. We're 25 minutes in. We have got the game, but we are playing at the Emirates. And the way we've played lately, we've been a little bit shaky. It's Pogba now to Mata, Fosu, Mensah, Sanchez, Rashford to Martial. Oh, my Lord. Come on now. I'm going to tell the lads just to calm down a little bit because there's some yellow cards getting in front of us. Icardi's been put through now. Icardi's been forced out, though. Well played, well played. It's Di Maria on the ball. Ozil. Fosu Mensah steals it off, and Martial now. He's not got any support though. Pogba's arrived. Still Pogba to Mata. What a finish from the edge of the area. An absolute blinder. Cech just looked like he stood still. He had no chance. 1-0, 30 minutes gone. We needed that goal. So Martial was released down the left and he gets Pogba the ball. Pogba plays it across. Oh no, it's cleared by Koscielny. Mata first time. Cech did dive for it, but he was nowhere near it. A great finish by Mata. 1-0 United. And Arsenal are now on the attack, but Martial steals it off them. It's Rashford. Rashford plays it forward. Pogba will get there. Pogba, and it's two goals, 2 minutes. Paul Pogba didn't really assist the first one. He had the ball took off him by Koscielny, but scores the second one. Pogba, once again, this is why we wanted to keep him, because he makes the difference. Look at that from your central midfield, attacking playmaker, getting all the way up the field, ahead of the defenders, slotting away a goal. You couldn't want for more, could you? It's Pogba again now to Mata. Rashford. Martial tried breaking the line, but didn't manage to do it. He's still on the ball, though, as he forces a save from Cech. And we just seem to have turned it on, out of nowhere. Mata now. Koscielny gets the ball. Pogba steals it, though. Back out to Mata. Mata loses out to Cazorla. Bellerin now up at our end of the field. Di Maria. Cazorla. Cazorla takes a shot. Saved by De Gea. A relatively standard one at the near post. However, Ozil will take the resulting corner, cleared by Renato Sanchez, who, it must be said, is doing very much a good role, Renato Sanchez. You know, he had that bad injury last season. Come in this season and just slotted in, and he's done it nice and quietly. No huge fireworks, but pretty much getting on the team sheet when needed, and has done a stellar job. So we had in at half-time, 2 goals to the good, largely in parts thanks to Paul Pogba. However, I'm going to tell them that I'm very happy with them. I'm also going to have a quick look who's not playing too great. As you can see, Martial. Well, what we'll do, we'll switch Martial, Rashford. No, we won't. We'll switch Martial and Rashford over. We'll drop Martial to the complete forward role. He's played there quite a bit lately. Hopefully, we'll be able to add something more going into the game. But I'm just going to tell him that at the moment, I'm not happy with his performance. I don't care if he looks stressed. I'll pull him off the pitch if he's not done anything in the next 10-15 minutes. Because, of course, we have Memphis on the bench, who's been playing quite well himself. It's Bellerin now to Ozil. Alexis. Up across again to Bellerin. Di Maria. Di Maria plays it forward to Ramsey, and it's the end of a highlight, because it was the first one, of course. Martial now. Cleared by Ramsey to Icardi. Icardi's on his own up there. Di Maria arrives in support. Alaba snatches the ball back, though it's Mata. Sanchez. Plays it over the top towards Martial. Doesn't quite get away with it, though. Still with Renato Sanchez in the middle. Rashford plays in. Martial, get in there. Look stressed all you want, but you still managed to bag me a goal, didn't you, Martial? Great bit of play. Mata to Rashford. Rashford slips the ball in. Martial, hanging on the back man, manages to grab himself a goal. And at 3-0, I would say the Gunners are out of this. Di Maria now to Mustafi. Out to Bellerin, out on the right-hand side. He will try and get forward. He beats one man. Alaba steals it back, though. Jobs are good, and we've got Rashford charging down the left-hand side. Still Rashford across. Thought it was going to land at Martial's feet for an easy tap-in. It didn't. We have got a corner, though. It's Juan Mata. Crosses it in. Mustafi tries clearing it, but only as far as Darmian. Darmian, did he get taken out? He didn't. Cazorla won it back. That was the end of the highlight. And we are back on the ball now through Pogba. Mata. Pogba. Pogba plays it forward. It was a weak ball, though, as Ozil wins it back. Alaba takes it once again off Di Maria. Di Maria's having a torrid time from Alaba back there, who did, of course, get dropped for a couple of games following a couple of mistakes. But he's back in the team now, and he's playing very well. It's still out with Alaba. And the man plays the ball in himself. Sanchez couldn't quite get the shot away. Pogba tries a little bit of a dink over the top, and once again Arsenal win possession back. It's Ozil now. Ramsey with a cracker of a shot, saved by De Gea. It's been pushed out round the post, and Arsenal will have a corner through Cazorla, who plays a weak one to the near post, and we might counter here. It's Rashford, Martial. Kazawa is more than a match for Martial, though. Whips the ball straight off him and try their own counter-attack, but Smalling wins it back. Arsenal back on the ball. It's pretty much end-to-end stuff, this. I'm struggling to keep up even commentating, as Rashford's got the ball now. We are charging forward yet again. Mata, Martial, there we go. That's 4. I'm now going to start looking at making a couple of changes before that highlight kicks in, because going into the next game, I need Borthwick Jackson. I want to now start pulling off the younger guys. So I'm going to take off Marcus Rashford. I'm going to bring on Herrera for Sanchez, because these are the guys that are going to be featuring. Romagnoli, I'm going to have to leave you there, I think. And that's probably all I can do. It's just to bring off a couple of the younger guys who I know I'm going to need in the next game against City, because I still want to stay on the level that I set out, which was to let the young guys be the masters of their own destiny as they go for that EFL Cup again. So I don't want to try and buddy up with the first teamers unless I absolutely have to, due to the fact that I don't have other players to select. I may even go digging around in the under-23s to bring some people in. I don't know yet. Time will tell. But one thing's for sure, even if I could bring off Fosu-Mensah, it would be a help, actually. That's a thought. So it's Smalling on the ball now. Whips another one in. Lands outside with the Fosu-Mensah, as we've just been mentioning. Mata takes one from distance. It's forced over the top by Petr Cech. And we will get a call. It's Mata now. Whips one in towards the back post. Alexis will come to retrieve it, and he does do. But he's got no one moving forward with him at the moment. It's still Alexis. Skins one. Alaba once again coming in, protecting that side of the pitch. Coughlin cuts out the poor throw from Alaba. It's Herrera to Martial. Martial from distance. Oh my lord, what a finish. 2 great goals in this game. One by Mata, one by Martial. He's now got himself a hat-trick. Herrera plays it to Martial. He's just outside the D of the edge of the area. What a finish to the opposite corner. Great goal by Martial. Obviously celebrating the fact that he's just got himself a new contract, but well done Martial. He's got himself a hat-trick. And that puts us 5-0 against Arsenal away from home. A commanding win, but we may even grab more. It's Pogba now back in the area. Mata offside. It should have been 6. Couldn't hold his run, but we can't knock the lad for trying. So I'm just going to make another substitution. Fosu-Mensah is blowing out of his arse, 65% condition. Ruben Neves will probably feature in the EFL Cup game. I'll bring him on just to try and sort of help Fosu-Mensah out, because ideally I could probably do with him as well, but we've only got a 2-day gap between this and the City game. It's Herrera now. Plays it to Pogba, but it was a weak ball. Alexis manages to grab a consolation. It was poor play by us, to be brutally honest. A bad ball by Herrera that was cut out. It put everybody in a position. And to be honest, Romagnoli basically put it on a plate for Alexis in the end. De Gea had come out for it. There was obviously no communication. Romagnoli went down, slid the ball into Alexis' path, and that was that. And they very nearly grabbed another one off that corner. But that's full time. We win 5-1. I'll just congratulate the team because it was an astounding victory. Obviously some very good performances, needless to say. Passionately, very pleased with Martial's performance. I also thought Mata played well as well. He played a 9.1. And yeah, that was that. One thing I will say is Depay obviously played pretty badly, so I'm going to tell him that he didn't do very well. Not happy with his performance today. And what we're going to do now is the very next second you'll see me is when we arrive at the City selection screen. So here we are in the semi-final of the EFL Cup. It is the first leg. Manchester City are playing what looks like a very strong team, with a couple of exceptions maybe. They've got Bravo in net, Gaia, Mangala, Danea, Lindelof, Bazoa. Then they have Griezmann, who scored that wicked goal against us in the last outing. Koki, Gundogan, and they have Khalifa, who's a young lad who I've tracked. He did make the move to City when I was sort of scouting him, so he's never going to make the move across the city to Manchester United. And they are starting with Morata up top because Aguero's injured. Now onto our team. I've put in as many youngsters as I can based on fitness and the fact that I've got likes of Callum Gribbin injured, etc. So we've got Donnarumma, both with Jackson. Then we have Rashawn Williams and Romagnoli in the middle with Darmian at right back. We have Sanchez in the Pogba role today with Neves in the defensive role, Fosu-Mensah in the support role, and then they have Gomez as a trequartista, Martial as a complete forward, and Rashford as the advanced forward. Hopefully these lads will do it today, but if they don't, this was never on our radar. This cup was all about these young lads getting the chance to defend it. So we'll move straight on and see what Roy Keane has to say. Keane's offered out a little bit of hard tackling, which is what we like to see. He's also told us to close down Bazoa because he's going to be trying to command the game from the back. And Griezmann, but I also want to show Griezmann onto his weaker foot. And with a little bit of luck, we'll keep him out on the wing and he won't be able to cut in and do exactly what he did last time. On to the team talk, and it is, of course, passionately for the fans. Are we going to get it? Yes, we get somewhat of a reaction for a fucking change, because normally when I say that, none of them pay any attention whatsoever. So passionately try and tell these guys, yeah, we expect a performance, blah, blah, blah. One thing I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to shove a bit of light on because I can see from my camera it's a little bit dark in the room at the minute, so give me 1 second. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Of course, they had to play these games. There's a bit of a gap in the middle and it's got a little bit dark outside, so what can we do? So at that junction, we'll start the game, and hopefully, if we can nick something here, and have a commanding lead going into the next leg, it will be handy. But of course, City were very strong against us last time, so they'll have a little bit of belief about them. It's Gaia now. Plays it across to Khalif. Lindelof. Khalif again. Gundogan. Koke. Back to Gundogan. He's played it forward to Morata, who has broke the back line. Still Alvaro Morata, and it's 1-0. We're not even 5 minutes on the board. Morata's been the difference. We're 1-0 down. And if we see Morata break the line like that one more time, we'll probably play a little bit deeper. But I don't know at the moment whether it's a bit of a fluke. We'll just see how it goes in the next few minutes. But quality finish by Morata, what you'd expect from a world-class striker. It's Mensah now. Mensah trying to do it all on his own. That's not what we're looking for. Get everyone involved. We'll try and get this back as soon as possible. It's Lindelof. Khalifa does whip a ball in. It was a dangerous one as well, but Darmian has retrieved it. Running himself into trouble though. He's played it forward to Martial, and City are back in possession with Mangala. Plays it back to Bravo. It's Lindelof. Lindelof, it's Rashawn Williams now. Neves. Can we do something? Borthwick Jackson runs into trouble. What is going on? Team talk. Assertively. Concentrate, because they're just making stupid decisions as Morata makes it 2-0. They've had 2 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals, both by Alvaro Morata. And I can't believe we've faced the prospect of getting beat by Manchester City 2 fixtures in the bounce when we've been so dominant against them. Across the whole series, we've been dominant against Manchester City. So I have just switched it to attacking. We just missed a free kick there, but nothing came of it, because we're going to have to try and get something out of this. Sanchez has picked up a little bit of a knock. It's a back strain as well. I may have to bring him off the pitch, but I'll be honest. Morata 3-0. Jesus fucking Christ. Right. So, Sanchez is injured. I'm not going to bring on Pogba because this is still about the second string. I'll bring on Herrera instead. I think it's only fair, to be honest. But as you can see there, the young lad Khalif plays it into Morata. I don't know what Romagnoli was doing, letting him slip through. A joke, really. But 3-0 down. We're 23 minutes in. We need to try and get some goals into this tie, because we stand a chance in the second leg if we can just get our ship back in order. Fortunately, though, we are getting up their end of the pitch, but when they come down our end, they're just destroying us every single time. It's Darmian now. To Herrera. Borthwick Jackson. To Darmian. Fosu Mensah now. Herrera. Gomez plays it forward to Martial. Rashford, he looked offside. He was offside. Had it have gone in, it would have been even a little more annoying than it already was. But we are getting up their end of the field. Rashford now. Martial. Fosu Mensah now. Gomez to Rashford. Mensah on the edge. Neves. Herrera. Gomez, he's got in there. Come on. There's the first one. Keep pushing, lads. Keep pushing. Gomez pulling one back. The young Portuguese playing in Mata's role. As we can see there, he gets a little cheeky shot off. Too much going on in the box, I would say, there for Bravo to see where the shot was coming from. So maybe a little bit fortuitous. Nonetheless, we'll take the goal. If we can grab another one before half-time, we might be in this, you know. Fosu Mensah to Martial, goes to nothing. Oh, my Lord. Rashford with a free kick. Saved by Bravo. It was one of those highlights where you thought it was building to something nice, and it went to shit. Martial skins one, gives it Neves. Herrera plays it to Rashford. Rashford's been forced wide, though. It's Borthwick Jackson. Herrera puts it wide of the post, but we're getting in their face now. We're getting right up in their grill. Half-time, assertively, I expect to see a much better showing in the second half. We are seeing poor performances. Up top there, we've got 6.4s going on in the strikers, but if you look down, we only really have Depay to bring on, so we need to be very careful. We have Alaba, we have Pogba, we have Mata, but I don't really want to use them. This is about the younger guys. We also have Borthwick Jackson playing the 6.5 and Darmian 6.4. And as we know, Romagnoli made a couple of mistakes in the first half playing a 6.3. So I'm going to tell them, assertively, I'm not happy with your performance. I'm not happy with his performance either. Nor am I happy with Borthwick Jackson's 6.5. Nor am I happy with the strikers. And with a little bit of luck, it'll spur him on to give me something else in the second half. We are in an attacking position now. We're not used to this. We play control normally. It's worked out all right at first, but I may end up dropping it back if I see it getting a little bit crazy up the top of the park. I don't want to be seeing distant shots. So with a little bit of luck, They'll just get up there, play the ball in the box in the usual fashion, and maybe nick another goal. If we can end just one goal behind City, it puts us in a lot better position going into the second leg. But I don't know whether I might be asking a bit much. It's Khalif now to Koke. Koke from distance, saved by Donnarumma. He knocked it onto the bar. It's Koke now on the corner. Back out with Koke. He's left it to go for a throw-in. What a turnip. Gaia will take the throw-in, no. Martial's retrieved it. He's give it Rashford. If Rashford's going to run, he's got so many men to get past. He beats one, though. Herrera, Martial, all the time. That was a clear-cut chance. I know it was. Oh, my Lord, that's two. We've not scored either of them. Gundogan now. Morata. Neves wins the ball back. Martial's got all the time in the world. He's got the pace. He not got the shot, though. Bravo pushes it over the bar. How we've not grabbed another goal in this tie, I'll never know. It's Neves. Cleared out by Mangala. Damian, yeah, you just take your time, mate. Get up there, come on. So we're going to look at the subs, and Martial really should have scored at least one of them chances, so we're going to take him off. We're going to bring on Memphis. Memphis has come on in the past and really done a job for us. So is he going to do it today? Fresh legs, maybe. It's Koke takes a shot. It's back with Denayer, Griezmann. Bazoa to Khalif. Khalif's down on the wing. He's going to try and whip across him. Borthwick Jackson does well. Manages to win the ball back. It's Herrera now. 10 minutes to go. I'm going to tell him to go a little bit more direct. Play with a much higher tempo. And hopefully we'll try and win something here. It's Morata now. Needham. Out to Gaia. Koke. They're pressing him well though. David Silva on the field as well for Manchester City at the moment. It's Koke. Rashford now. Can we launch a counter? Depay's lurking on the other end of the pitch. Berahino, what are you doing at City? Wins the ball back, but nonetheless, we have got it back. It's Rashford marching down the left. He's cut inside. Played it to Herrera. Fostermans now Gomez. Memphis to Herrera. Gomez again. Gomez with the shot. It has been deflected. We will get a corner. This will probably be the last kick of the game if we can just get another goal here. Doesn't look like we're going to though. Neves back in. That'll be it. Full time. 3-1 defeat by Manchester City. 2 defeats by City in recent games. A little bit horrible to take, but we were playing the kids. We stuck to what we said we would do. Second string's gone out there. They've not quite been good enough. I'm not going to go through this and pick on players because, to be honest, enough of them were bad enough that you can't really single out any one person. There is another fixture, though, where they can try and turn this around. And on to even worse news, Renato Sanchez out for 4 weeks. It's the second time he's had a bit of a bad injury, but it's 4 to 6 weeks with a back strain. We'll leave him to the physio. There's not a right lot else we can do. So we got beat by City and we lost one of our arguable star players. A little bit gutted. So there we have it. 2 live comms in today's episode, both on extended highlights. I might have to trim them down in editing. We'll see how we get on because the total record time's been quite long in this episode, but we'll just see when it's all trimmed down how much we managed to keep in. But yeah, a devastating defeat by City, but we had of course destroyed Arsenal in the previous game. We somewhat expected that it might have happened. We might have got beat, but maybe to lose by 2 goals in the way we played, we fashioned a couple of good chances, but it was what it was. However, we are going to face City in the next episode. Another double live com. We're going to play Liverpool in the Premier League, followed by the second leg where the youngsters will play Manchester City. So with a little bit of luck, they'll turn it round, get into the final again, but only time will tell. So if you've enjoyed this double live com episode, do hit the thumbs up button. It helps the channel out tremendously. If you're new around here, hit that sub button. And again, we're not decided on transfers yet. There are days left in January for me to work, so bang it in the comments with your suggestions. And other than that, guys, I hope to see you in tomorrow night's episode. I've been Teach FM, and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.